on Glory Avenue. I'll clap my hands and praise the Lord and shout all over heaven. When I hear the word and my heart is stirred, a tear of joy comes to my eye. It doesn't bother me if the tears you see are a happy man am I. I know the Lord above is looking down with love. He's watching everything I do. Some sweet day I'll be shouting all the way while sailing through the blue. I'm gonna shout, shout all over heaven. All over heaven, what a day that's gonna be. I'm gonna sing, sing. I'll sing the bass. We'll sing the harmony. I'll dance right down the streets of gold on Glory Avenue. I'll clap my hands and praise the Lord and shout all over heaven. I'm gonna shout, shout, shout all over heaven. All over heaven, what a day that's gonna be. I'm gonna sing, sing, sing. I'll sing the bass. We'll sing the harmony.
AM 590 WCAB Rutherfordton with FM translator service on W265DW at 100.9.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President Trump is blocking former White House counsel Don McGahn from testifying before Congress today. The White House instructing him to ignore a congressional subpoena. Democrats are calling the move another act of obstruction. And the president also vowing to appeal after a judge ruled his accounting firm must comply with a subpoena to turn over 10 years of his financial records to Congress. The president criticized the Obama-appointed judge.
This is being seen really as a test case for this White House as they refuse to comply here with this growing list of congressional subpoenas. The judge ordered this accounting firm to hand over 10 years of President Trump's financial records for just the president and his businesses. The president called this, quote, totally the wrong decision by an Obama-appointed judge. He's vowing to appeal now.
That's ABC News senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is facing mounting pressure to initiate impeachment proceedings against the president. Rhode Island Congressman David Cicilline says some Democrats want to take and initiate the first steps. But Pelosi says the House needs to follow the process before pursuing possible impeachment. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan are expected to brief the House and the Senate on rising tensions with Iran. There are reports of Iran using proxies to instigate aggressive moves in the region. ABC's Jordana Miller reports from Jerusalem.
There was a Katyusha rocket that was fired over the weekend that fell in Baghdad in the green zone near the U.S. Embassy. Now, a top Iraqi military official says it came from the eastern part of Baghdad, and that's an area where there are a lot of Iranian-backed Shiites operating.
President Trump says he does not want to go to war with Iran. New Zealand police have filed a terrorism charge now against the 28-year-old Australian man accused of killing 51 people at two mosques in Christchurch. He's also facing murder and attempted murder charges. If convicted, he faces life in prison. You're listening to ABC News.
So you sit down and you do your budget and you look at all your monthly costs, your bills, your income, and it seems like there's never quite enough. You know what would help? What would really help? Finding $500 a month to help balance things out. And that is the typical savings, $500 a month for a family when you switch to MediShare for your health care. MediShare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry, and it works. No wonder more than 400,000 people are doing this now. And look, whether you're single or married or you have kids, this can make sitting down to do a monthly budget a lot more fun. Just think what you could do with $500 a month. It can cover a car payment or pay back loans or whatever. Join MediShare and go out to dinner to celebrate. Find out more. The MediShare people are so easy to talk to. They can answer any questions. They're super friendly. Call 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
In Alaska, 2 people are dead after their float plane crashed near the city of Ketchikan. So far, no word on the cause of the crash. The plane is owned by Taekwon Air. That's the same company involved in last week's midair collision between sightseeing planes in the same area. 6 people died in that crash. A wildlife biologist in Illinois is trying to save a bird that once numbered in the millions across the state, but is now down to just about 200. ABC's Kent Martin has more on the prairie chicken.
Biologist Bob Gillespie wants to transfer prairie chickens from a more robust, healthier flock in Kansas to Illinois. The bird was listed by the Natural Resources Defense Council in its global call for action after a UN study declared up to 1 million species are in danger of extinction. The report says a loss of species endangers biodiversity, which can ultimately affect human life on the planet. Gillespie's translocating more prairie chickens to Illinois because he says smaller flocks can lead to inbreeding and weaker, more frail baby prairie chickens. Kent Martin, ABC News, St. Louis.
Airlines are predicting a record number of travelers this season, thanks in part to lower airfares. Airlines for America says the average domestic airfare has dropped to $350. That's down 16% in the last 5 years. For the first time ever, a great white shark measuring nearly 10 feet has been spotted in Long Island Sound off the Connecticut shore. Last time a person was attacked there was in 1961, the great white being tracked by the ocean research group OSearch. This is ABC News.
There's nothing like meeting face-to-face, and there's nothing like Zoom to make that happen. Zoom lets you connect and do business across town or around the world. Zoom ties together all of your communication needs into one easy platform for video conferencing, phone calls, group chat, webinars, and your conference rooms. Connect easily from anywhere, your mobile phone, your laptop, or conference room. Zoom is how business gets done. Get your free account at Zoom.com today. Meet happy with Zoom.
Bill Sheehan at North Carolina Tractor Supply wants you to know he is back in business after the fire. New location 299 Railroad Avenue, and with springtime here, it's a great time to get the tractor you've always wanted. Massey Ferguson. Ask about 0% financing with approved credit. Get ready for a busy season with a visit to North Carolina Tractor Supply, now in their new location, 299 Railroad Avenue. Call them up, 288-0395.
A weak cold front did move across our area, leaving behind comfortable highs for today. We are likely to see less humidity as temperatures climb into the mid-80s under mostly sunny skies will fall into the lower 60s as we go into the night. More sunshine will be on tap for Wednesday with those highs a touch cooler in the mid-70s. The heat and humidity builds back in for the end of the work week. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And we do have a slight chance of some afternoon showers tomorrow and tomorrow night, 20% chance. And then on Thursday, about a 20% chance. But after that is all gone. Mostly sunny on Friday with highs around 93. Saturday, 92 for a daytime high and mostly sunny. Sunday, 94 and mostly sunny skies. Mostly clear at night with around 70 for the overnight low. Again, right now, 59 degrees on this terrific Tuesday morning here in the foothills. Thank you for joining us for the early morning wake-up call on 100.9 FM or 590 AM, and we welcome AM back to our fold of listeners this morning. After yesterday's technical problem with AM, we're glad to have you back on board. Please also find it on 100.9 FM in case anything like that occurs. You'll always have the signal as long as we're on the air. Thank you for that, and thank you for tolerating us yesterday. Now I have these death announcements. Mr. Yates Morrison, 85 of Pea Ridge Road, Bostic, died Monday. Those arrangements are incomplete and will be announced by Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Service. And again, that's Mr. Yates Morrison. Kathy Hooper, age 54 of Forest City, died Sunday at her residence. In accordance with Kathy's wishes, no funeral service will be conducted. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services are working with the family of Kathy Hooper. Betty Brooks, age 80 of Walker Lake Road, Forest City, passed away Saturday in Spartanburg. The funeral service will be conducted at 1 o'clock today at the Harrelson Funeral Chapel, with Mr. Eric Timmons officiating. Burial will follow in Eternal Hills Memorial Park. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to service time at the funeral home. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Betty Brooks. Mary Lou Jones, age 88 of South Powell Street, Forest City, died Sunday at her residence. The funeral service will be held at 6 o'clock this evening in the Pageant and King Chapel with Reverend Randy Church and Reverend Dr. Bobby Gant officiating. Burial will follow in the Cool Springs Cemetery. The family will receive friends from 4:30 until 5:45 prior to the service at the mortuary. The Pageant and King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the arrangements for Mary Lou Jones. Louise Epley Cuthbertson, age 80 of Bostic, died Saturday at Hospice House of Forest City. Funeral services will be held at 6:30 this evening in the Mountain View Baptist Church, Bostic, with Reverend Clayton Hartzell and Reverend Wayne Toney officiating. Visitation will be from 5 until 6:30 prior to the service in the sanctuary. Burial will be private for the family. The Pageant and King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the arrangements for Louise Epley Cuthbertson. Eula Ruth Nichols Hollyfield, 91, died at her home on Saturday, May the 18th. Family and friends of Ruth are invited to her visitation Wednesday, May 22nd from 6 until 8 o'clock at Eggers Funeral Home of Cliffside. A funeral service will be 3 p.m. Thursday at Trinity Baptist Church with Pastor Mike Frazier officiating. Burial will follow in the church cemetery. Eggers Funeral Home working with the family of Eula Ruth Nichols Hollyfield. Mary Elizabeth McMahon Taylor, age 68 of Forest City, died Friday, April 26th. That memorial service will be held Saturday, May 25th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the First United Methodist Church of Forest City with Pastor Faye Herbin officiating. A reception will follow the service in the fellowship hall of the church. The Pageant and King Mortuary and Crematory in charge of the arrangements for Mary Elizabeth McMahon Taylor.
Latest news from the Labor Department confirms what most of you already know. Wages are going up. Americans have experienced the biggest increase in take-home pay since 2008, when the Obama regime put its boot on the neck of the U.S. economy. Now, under President Trump, the tight labor market is now forcing companies to compete for workers. So they are offering more money. In fact, wage increases are actually outpacing inflation, so people can finally start getting ahead. Financial experts now predict that wage growth will likely rise above 3% annually, and that hasn't happened in a long, long time. Millions more people now have jobs than when Democrats were in power. Millions more people have bigger paychecks. Millions are keeping more of what they earn because of the Trump tax cuts. The economy is growing like gangbusters, which is why consumer confidence is the highest it's been in almost 20 years. All of this is why the Democrats are going to win the House. Why in the world would anybody want to give Democrats the power to destroy all of that again? Just doesn't make any sense to us people who have sense. Did you know that there is a new victim of identity theft every 2 seconds? It means a criminal could be spending your money, applying for loans in your name, and even damaging your good credit, all without you even knowing. It's a good thing there's LifeLock identity theft protection. LifeLock uses proprietary technology to detect and alert you to a wide range of identity threats, like your social security number for sale on the dark web. And if you do have an issue involving identity theft, one of LifeLock's identity restoration specialists is going to work with you to fix it. Now, no one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but with LifeLock, you get identity theft protection and additional features to help protect your devices against cyber threats for as low as $9.99 a month. So visit LifeLock.com now. Use promo code RUSH. Save an extra 10% off your first year. That's LifeLock.com. And don't forget the name RUSH as the promo code.
You can relive them again here on 100.9 FM and 590 AM. WCAB.
We all make promises, big and small, tested over time and distance, tried by circumstances and decisions.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
I do solemnly swear to bear true faith and allegiance.
To help you when you're in need.
To tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
To be considerate and caring. Courageous and strong.
For better.
For worse.
In sickness and in health.
To love and cherish.
To be your loving, faithful friend.
Partner.
Child.
Parent.
Neighbor.
One of our most important commitments is to support our nation's veterans. Learn how you can help a veteran going through a difficult time by visiting maketheconnection.net.
I told my friend about Olmsted Plumbing, and boy, was she happy.
What did she have to say?
I told her to call 245-7302, and they would get right out there.
And did she say she would
I told her to ask around. Homeowners, builders, and everybody likes Olmsted. Eric and Chad Olmsted and their team understand the homeowners' needs, and I like that.
They have an inventory of replacement parts and specialized equipment and tools for any job.
I told her that, too.
Well, what was that number again?
245-7302. That's 245.
Yeah, I got it. 245-7302. Olmsted Plumbing.
Bethina Owens and LeGrand Hill got married on May 15, 1854. She was 14 years of age. Skipping any honeymoon, they immediately moved into their newly purchased home. It was a log cabin that was 12 feet by 14 feet in size. The door was so low that anyone going in or out had to stoop over. The cabin had neither floor nor chimney, and wide cracks in the walls admitted both drafts and vermin, which included snakes and lizards. Their furniture consisted of a pioneer bed made by boring 3 holes in the logs of the wall in one corner in which to drive the rails. That way the bed required only one leg. The table was a rough shelf fastened to the wall. The cupboard was 3 shelves on the wall. Her dishes were tinware. The cooking utensils comprised of a pot, tea kettle, frying pan, and coffee pot. In addition, Bethina had a butter churn, a wash tub and board, 20-gallon iron pot for washing purposes, water bucket, and tin dipper. As a wedding present, her father gave her money to buy groceries, which she did the afternoon of their wedding. Her mother contributed a good straw bed, pillows, and blankets. Bethina considered this a most excellent start in life. Unfortunately, this marriage that started out so excellently didn't end up that way. Bethina's husband beat her, and at the age of 18, she left him. What did she do then? She went back to her parents' home, learned to read and write, went to school, and ended up becoming the first woman physician in the West. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Another interesting story from the Old West this morning here on WCAB. 16 minutes now past the hour of 7, and we're going to the phones to find out what's been happening in the past 24 hours or so. And welcome this morning to our radio is Sheriff Chris Francis. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Jim Bishop. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing extremely well, considering how beautiful this day is.
No doubt, no doubt. Good response.
What's on the report today?
Jim, in the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 137 calls for service. There have been 14 arrests processed at the county jail. Currently incarcerated, we have 160. Among those arrested, Perry Dwayne Scoggins, 60-year-old male of Rutherford, was charged with failure to appear and received a $1,000 secure bond. Christina Nicole Radford, 30-year-old female of Forest City, was charged with failure to appear and received a $2,000 secure bond. Frederick Bryson McMahon, 44-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with violation of a domestic violence order and communicating threats and will see a district court judge for bond. Carla McDaniel Lowry, 46-year-old female of Ellenboro, was charged with failure to appear and received a $250 secure bond. Among the incidents, we had a larceny on Clark Road in Rutherford where a Taurus 740 slim 40 caliber handgun was taken. In a separate instance, we had a break-in error in larceny on Main Street in Boston where a 100-foot landscape tape measure valued at $40, a tire repair kit valued at $100, a chain and socket block set valued at $100, a performance tool set valued at $40, 3 winch controllers, and some other worn winches valued at $500 were also taken. And, Jim, that's what we had to report today.
All right, Sheriff. It was good to see you part of that celebration for Colonel Burnigan on Saturday. It was quite a day.
It was quite a day. I'm certainly proud to be a part of that recognition for a man who's had such an unbelievable life, touching so many lives, and he's so humble as well. If you ever had a chance to sit there and talk to him and just hear how he has guided generals in his career and many soldiers as well. Just amazing. Following Christ and leading others to Christ, no doubt.
He was a great man, and that honor was certainly worthy of him. And we're talking about Colonel Max Bergen, who retired from the U.S. Army as a chaplain, and did many years, even in hot spots, he came back and was still humble, as though he knew who he was serving.
No doubt. He is certainly a good leader and a good example for others.
Sheriff, you have a great day and be safe out there.
Thank you and take care.
Bye-bye. We'll get to 911 Communications Center report next. At McCurry-Deck Motors, you can browse a selection of vehicles that includes all of the top models in Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC lineups. The McCurry-Deck Motors lineup of vehicles checks all the boxes, ensuring that they will have the perfect vehicle for any car shopper that visits their lot. Come visit and see what's in store for you and your family with the McCurry-Deck quality reputation of fair deals and customer service. Try the Chevy. Find new roads with Chevy. At McCurry-Deck Motors, we're the home of Chevy, Buick, and GMC. 1740 U.S. Highway 74A, Forest City. Here's Bill now with the 911 Communications Center update. Bill, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
What's on the report?
In the past 24 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 445 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 41 for EMS, 46 for rescue. Under law enforcement, we had 137 at the Sheriff's Office, 71 for the town of Forest City, 31 for the town of Rutherford, 15 for Lake Lure, and 37 for Spindale. Under fire calls, Bostic had a motor vehicle accident. Cherry Mountain also had a motor vehicle accident. SDO had a dumpster fire. That's all I've got.
Thanks, Bill. Have a good day.
You too, sir.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush, brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
We'd like to check in now with the SDO Fire District to find out what's happening over there. And Ruby Taylor is reporting for us today. Ruby, good morning.
Good morning.
What's happening over in your territory?
Well, the fire department had one call, and that was to a dumpster fire. And on my birthday counter, I've got Dawson Powell, Francis Huntley, Shannon Pritchard, and Abigail Hamburg having birthdays today, and hope these people have a nice day. Signs are in the knees today and tomorrow. And, Jim, that's all I got.
Thanks, Ruby. Have a good day.
You too.
Summer is on its way, and you're going to be spending more and more time outdoors working in the garden, cutting grass, playing with the kids and the grandkids, and that can take a toll on your back. The secret to relaxing? The Recliner Center. The Recliner Center has Spring Air mattresses, a mattress that is dedicated to giving you the best in quality, comfort, and support. In coast-to-coast tests, more people are requesting Spring Air bedding. The Recliner Center now has lift chairs. Now, the amazing thing about some of these chairs is that they can lay completely flat, and they can lay you on your back so your feet are above your head. Now let's walk around the rest of the building. Sofas, love seats, rocker recliners. You can choose from small recliners to the really big boy sizes. A refreshing morning awaits you after sleeping on a Spring Air mattress. Comfort and sitting and standing safety awaits you with a lift chair. And why not just jazz up the family room with a new sofa, love seat, and recliner? All this and family owned and operated. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton. And the Recliner Center's new hours are Wednesday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturdays, 9 to 2.
And Rumbling Ball is our, Rumbling Ball is our next stop. And we're good. Checking in on Steve this morning up in the mountains. Good morning, Steve. How are you?
Good morning, Jim. We're still up here. It's we're in the 50s this morning, so it's a nice, cool morning to start. We got the ladies' invitational today at the Apple Valley Golf Course.
Oh.
Those ladies will be in full bloom. I'm sure they'll be loving this weather and getting them a good breakfast and then taking out there. The golf course is really, both of them are looking pretty good. So we're thankful for that. Got a lot of useful rain up until the last week. We actually need a little bit right now. I'd take some, just a little bit anyway. But nevertheless, we'll take what nature gives us and we'll run with it. We have had a pretty quiet weekend, 24 hours. So we're not a whole lot going on. I talked to the construction person in charge of the bridge work this morning, and he states that it'll be travel worthy by this weekend, which is really a good thing because Memorial Weekend is really the kickoff for our summer. And there'll be a lot of folks here. We just hope to have the pools up and running and just be at full bore, hopefully. The only thing we'll be missing, hopefully, is the bridge, the pedestrian bridge between the Wellness Center and the beach. And so...
They rebuilding that or building it?
They haven't started on it yet. For whatever reason, I don't know. When you deal with permits and contractors, and sometimes things don't go as fast as you want them to. But nevertheless,
you're kidding, surely.
I know. Newsflash. You should have had some preemptive music to go with that. No, we're thankful we got what we got done so far, accomplished, and we're just hoping for the best with that pedestrian bridge. We really miss it. We really missed it this past weekend. A lot of folks were parking in other places they normally wouldn't park because we didn't have our bridge. So, and we learned a little bit from it. We got to step it up a little bit in some areas until that bridge gets in. So we'll figure it out as we go. But that's the biggest problems that we have, so I think we can deal with that.
All right. Sound like you got everything under control.
I think so.
Yeah, good. Well, keep us in posted, and we'll check with you next time.
Okay.
Thanks.
We'll see you,
bye-bye. Steve up around the ball, always a pleasure to talk with him. If you're needing hardwood floors or vinyl floors, you might need to check with Henson Building Material before you spend too much money. Before you have to settle on something you don't want, you'll find what you're looking for, I'll bet you, at Henson Building Material. You knew they had hardwood floors, didn't you? You knew they had vinyl. And you knew they had experts over there to give you some suggestions on what to do, and they can make arrangements to come out and put it down for you. Also, I'd like to keep reminding you that with so many stories reporting homes being broken into, isn't it time to secure your home with an easy-to-install ring system? It's a good time to get one because Henson Building Material has a good selection of them. The bestseller Ring hardwired video doorbell, for instance, or get the Ring wireless floodlight camera or this wireless spotlight security camera. Easy to install. Have someone do that for you, a son or a daughter or grandchild. They can do that for you. You may even can do it yourself. But get some security there when you know it's way it is out. I wish we didn't have to do those kind of things. I remember not even having to lock the door and leave the windows open at night. Those days are past, so we now have to secure ourselves pretty good. Henson Building Material has made arrangements to get some good prices on this Ring wireless system, and I'd like for you to go check it out. Stop by and support your local business. Stop by Henson Building Material, Duke Street, Forest City, where they're more than just a lumberyard.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
The Hudlow Fire District is our next stop. Bob Hodge is there to give us an update. Bob, good morning. How are you doing?
We're doing just fine up here this morning. I hope you are.
Getting a little spoiled with this nice weather, Bob. How about you?
Oh, yeah. Well, I tell you, if you're going to get out and work, this morning would be a nice time to do it. It's nice and cool out here this morning, but look like by this afternoon, though, it's going to get warm back up again, so...
Yeah, they tell us about 86, and so now's a good time to get it going.
And in the 90s by the weekend, so...
Yeah.
Look like we got some hot, dry weather ahead of us here, so... But, looking like it's too much chance of rain, so... Like we're in for a little dry spell now.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, it's going to be a long, hot summer, I believe.
If it starts out like this and it's spring, I don't know what summer's going to look like, yeah. But, Jim, it's been pretty quiet up here with the fire department. We've made one medical call. Want to say happy birthday to Josh Looky-Doo this morning. And, Jim, that's about it. Things are running along good up here, and I hope everybody has a good day today.
Bob, thank you very much. You and I, Virginia, have a great day as well, and I will check back in to see you tomorrow morning.
All right.
See you. Bye-bye. You hear Bob Hodge a lot of afternoons with Tom Green with the Afternoon Report. Also, check that out. Hey, have you met my buddy Jay Johnson yet? This time of year, a lot of folks begin to recognize that you need an extra storage building. If you're in search of the perfect wooden building, well, the search is over, my friends. Jay Johnson Cells, located on U.S. Highway 221 South, Forest City, offers American-made, reliable, and sturdy products, and they can be installed in as little as 30 days. No credit check, and financing is available. All buildings are custom-made and can be delivered to you free with setup. Now, Jay is committed to the service even after the sale. I like that about him. He wants you and your family to be a lifelong customer and friend. Jay does business the old-fashioned way. You'll like doing business with Jay Johnson, I'll guarantee you. Stop by and see him at 2690 U.S. Highway 221 South in Forest City. Or call him at 245-5895. That's 245-5895. The American pride of Rutherford County. That's Jay Johnson Cells. And when you do business with Jay Johnson Cells, you're shopping local. You'll be keeping your money right here in Rutherford County. And Jay Johnson, good old believes in the U.S. Constitution, good old American patriot. Go see him and get acquainted with him real soon.
When you need daycare services for your adult loved one, Rutherford Life Services is always there for a dependable and loving environment. Rutherford Life offers a place to go during the daytime for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and creative activities. Caregivers can go to work knowing that their loved one is in a safe and reliable place. Rutherford Life is licensed by the North Carolina Division of Aging. Rutherford Life has a full staff of trained professionals who show love and support. Call them today and let them answer any questions you may have concerning adult daycare services. 828-288-1697 or visit the facility at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
Parents, are there those teachers in your student's life that has really meant a lot to them and really helped them to excel, or they're very special and go beyond the call of duty for your student? Well, how about nominating them for the WCAB Favorite Teacher of the Year Award? We do this, but this will be our 5th year, I believe. And the lucky teacher will be a host of prizes donated by a lot of great merchants, including a Favorite Teacher wall plaque, dinner for two, free massage, free manicure and pedicure, donuts, apples, Owls tickets, flowers, and so much more. Just nominate your teacher by sending the name to us. One of the ways you can do that is through the website, WCABFavoriteTeacher@yahoo.com. Send the name of the teacher, the school in which they teach, and the grade, and we'd like to know the one who's making the nomination as well. So do that, and the drawing is going to be held June 5th, and recognize the teacher that your child is most proud of, or the teacher that you would like to see get recognition. Now let's head over toward the Cherry Mountain Fire District. Sue Price, good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, happy Tuesday. Glad to have you back on AM.
Yeah.
I can't get the FM.
Well, we're glad to be back. It's really frustrating when something happens.
Well, I know. But these things happen. We can't just have to deal with them and go on. But I'm glad that you got back on and enjoyed the music this morning. It's probably one of my favorite songs, What's Not to Love.
Oh, yeah, Mark Lowry.
I like that one.
Yeah.
And that's a good song. Let's see, I have 57 degrees to start with. So if you want to do anything outside, you better get out and do it while it's cool, because it's going to get hot again today. I don't have, let's see, the fire department had one motor vehicle accident, and that may have been up on Jonestown Road. I'm not sure. The fire truck went by the clubhouse. So, and let's see, I have no birthdays on my church calendar or my personal calendar. Fairview has a birthday for Charles Van Dyke. Happy birthday, Charles. I hope you'll have a good one. And nothing on First Broads today, so not too many celebrate. But we hope anybody that's having a birthday or anniversary will have a real good day on their special day. And in my announcements, the Dunkins Creek Presbyterian Church will be having our Memorial Day service on the first Sunday in June, and Chaplain Max Bergen will be our speaker, and we invite everyone to come out, and there'll be a picnic lunch in the fellowship hall after the service. Also, Dunkins Creek will be having our Bible study this week, and Max will be leading that. Our pastor's gone for some tests at, I think, Winston or either Duke. I'm not sure which one. The community yard sale coming up at Golden Valley Community Club Saturday, June the 8th, 7 a.m. to noon. And this is on a first-come, first-served basis for the spaces. It's an outdoor sale. You have to provide your own table. There's no charge for it. Just all the proceeds will go to this vendor, so keep that in mind. And if you're needing to do a yard sale, that'll be a good opportunity. The community club will be having a pancake breakfast that morning. It's a fundraiser for the club. Pancakes, sausage, and drinks, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., and it's $5 a plate. So come on out and get a good pancake breakfast and maybe pick you up some treasures in the yard sales. We hope we'll have a good turnout for that one. And so far, I guess that's the only announcements I have. It's just quiet and calm this way and looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one, Jim.
Thanks, Sue. I'll see you next time.
Okay, bye-bye.
Rutherford Regional Health System now features its walk-in services at Forest City Family Care at 212 Allendale Drive, Forest City, just behind the Tri-City Mall. Those needing walk-in care enjoy the same great services, but now at the new location. They continue to operate Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. The scope of services remain unchanged for the walk-in patients. When you don't have an appointment but need to be seen quickly, we hope you'll choose the walk-in services now located at the rear entrance of Forest City Family Care.
Southern Carpet is the showplace for your floor covering needs. For example, life-proof luxury vinyl plank and tile, waterproof, pet, and kid-friendly. Southern Carpet has all grades of carpet in stock for your home or apartment. Names like Shaw, Dreamweaver, Mohawk, Tarkett, IBC, and so much more. It's a showplace of quality carpet and floor covering. For the best selection in town, depend on Southern Carpet and get great installation prices. Come see Clayton or Jeff for your flooring needs. They'll floor you. 1512 West Main Street in Forest City and on the web at southerncarpet.net.
Let's stop in now over at Drop-In store there in Bostic, Drop-In Family Grocery, and talk with Audrey Ullman, who is on duty this morning to give us updated on what's cooking in the back. Good morning, Audrey.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm loving this beautiful morning.
Oh, I know. It's nice, ain't it?
I just had one of those hot biscuits from your back of your store there. It'd be great.
Yes, it sure would.
What you got cooking back there?
Right now, the girls are running a special on our liver mush and egg biscuits. You can get 2 of those for $4. But I tell you what, Jim, this morning I tried a good country ham, egg, and cheese biscuit, and I tell you what, I think that's my favorite.
That sounds good, too.
And we also have a good gravy and biscuit back there, a good steak biscuit, a good chicken biscuit. I mean, the girls are really cooking and got it going on.
What kind of specials you got in the meat market? Anything special this week?
Well, actually, the sale went off yesterday because actually we had sold out of what we had, and we got a new sale that's going to actually start tomorrow. We're going to be running ground chuck for $2.99 a pound, and baby back ribs for $2.79 a pound for this big holiday weekend we got coming up.
Boy.
And in our meat market, I like to also announce that if we have a customer comes in, Jim, and they buy any meat product back there for the meat counter, they can come to the front. When they pay for it, if they'll just take their little receipt, put their name on the back of it, drop it in the box here at the front of the store, we're going to do a drawing Thursday morning.
Oh.
And whoever gets name gets pulled out, we're going to give away 2 free fillets and 2 baked potatoes and salad mix Friday morning.
Wow.
And we will announce it on our radio when we menu talk Thursday and let everybody know who the winner will be. So, that's a real good thing there. We'd like to encourage everybody to, stop in and participate in that.
It's a great deal, yeah. Really, I like that.
Yeah, it sure is. And I'd also like to mention and make everybody welcome that's going to be coming up for the Jellystone Park. From what I understand, it's going to be opening sometime toward the end of the week, or may have already. I'm not for sure. I'm going to go up and visit with them on Thursday and see what all I can find out. But I'd like to encourage everybody to stop by and see what we've got to offer and have everybody to go up by and see them also.
That's a great addition to our county, is that park up there, and I know there'll be trafficking up and down the highway there. Be stopping into your store, I feel sure.
That's right, and if we can be of any help to any of them, I'd just like, for them to holler at us, and we'll help them in any way we can.
Audrey, thank you so very much for that, and I look forward to talking to you again on Thursday. Have a great day over there.
All right, you too.
Thanks.
And
bye.
bye-bye.
That's Audrey Allman reporting in out of the store there to drop in your family grocery. There in Bostic, just right sort of catty corner there from the post office. You can stop in downtown Forest City at Cozy Home, now located inside former Graham Cash store. They have a showroom full of great home furnishings for bed and bath. You can enjoy super savings every day on all merchandise and new merchandise. They have Turkish towels, bath sheets, hand towels, washcloths, and some of these same washcloths and towels you find in some of the hotels around the country. Baby bumpers and crib sets, comforters with matching shams, and now at Cozy Home, beautiful grandfather clocks. Yeah, they've added the grandfather clocks down there. Boy, are they fantastic. Now, the lower level is all sell items. Stop in and check out all the summer savings at Cozy Home, located inside the former Graham Cash building, right on the corner there in downtown Forest City. New hours are Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. until 5:30, and Saturday, 10 a.m. until 2 o'clock. We're taking our next call here in just a moment.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers of Sisk Family Ford. They have the proven record of the best deals right now with the springtime inventory and deals. It's your place to shop for your truck. Get a good look at the selection of SUVs, Escapes, Edge, and Explorers. Sisk Family Ford can put you in the family car or truck of your choice any day you want to make a change. Try one on for a ride. Make your next deal a Sisk Family Ford deal. Shop local and get your best agreement for the next automobile. Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
We're going upstate Union Mills this morning to get the Kelly report. Brenda Kelly, good morning. Are you well and happy this morning?
I am. How about yourself?
I am indeed.
Well, that's good. Glad to hear it. It's a terrific Tuesday morning, isn't it?
It certainly is, all day today.
It's real nice right now if it would just stay this cool.
Yeah, it kind of makes you want to sit out on the porch a while, doesn't it?
Yeah. A little bit earlier, we could have sat out there and howled at the moon.
That's right. I did a little of that howling anyway before I got here.
But we hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. I've got 54 degrees on the front porch. Birthdays today. I've got Daniel Pruitt and Tamara J. Campbell, and anniversary Scott and Shelby Nicholas. And on Round Hill, it's Mary Nanny's birthday. So we hope all these people have a great old big day on their special day. And in ways of announcements, the Gilkey School Community Center on Saturday, May the 25th, is going to have a car and truck show. Registration is from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, and the cost is $20. For more information, you can call Don Cantrell at 828-748-2152, and they're going to have barbecue sandwiches, hot dogs, and such as that for sale, and the show is from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Then we've got an inside yard sale and baked goods and hot coffee from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. This is Saturday, May the 25th, at the Union Mills Community House at 6097 Hudlow Road. You can call Betty Owens at 287-5842 to rent a table for $5. and you can set up on Friday evening from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Then we got a country breakfast buffet Saturday, May the 25th from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., and this is at the White House Community Center at 5408 Painters Gap Road, Union Mills, NC. Adults $6, children 6 to 12 $3, and under 6 eat for free, and all proceeds go for the upkeep of the building. Then Union Mills Learning Center at 6495 Hudlow Road, Union Mills, Friday, June the 7th, 7 p.m. Bluegrass Tradition. Meal begins at 6 p.m. The cost of the meal is $5. You'll have chicken pie, green beans, corn, dessert, and drink. Music begins at 7 p.m. They'll have a tip jar available for the band. And I think that's got me covered.
All right, that covers a lot.
Yeah, we get busy up here every now and then.
Listen, I hope you have a wonderful day up there, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.
Have a good one. Catch you later.
Thanks, Brenda. Well, I love to rag on Miracle Ear over in Forest City. It's a worldwide company, of course. The product is made in the good old U.S. of A. But Lisa Terry is a hearing specialist here in Forest City. She has an office here as well as over in Shelby. And if you're to the point in your life that you recognize there needs to be something better for hearing purposes, direct your attention over to Miracle Ear. They make those instruments so small anymore you hardly know they're there. But boy, can you hear what's going on. You could hear that grandson whisper something to you, or that little girl giggling, or the bird singing, whatever you like to listen to, hear it with clarity with the new Miracle Ear instrument. Call them and make that appointment for that free hearing test. That free hearing test, 447-7716. That's 447-7716. Miracle Ear. You will not be disappointed in that. We're going now to the phone and talk with Luther Gilligan. He's overlooking things in Ellenboro for us to give us a report from the fire district and other points. Good morning, Luther Gilligan. How are you doing?
Hey, I am doing great this morning, just as sweet as I can be, having a good time.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Enjoying the quietness of the morning before it gets hot. We're going to go out and have a good time. We're going to go out and have a good time. We'll work, get something done. But it's quiet there this morning, not a whole lot going on now. Fire department only had one call for it about 2 o'clock this morning. It was a little earlier or later one for sure. It was not a good time to get up out of bed. But other than that, just nothing going on down here. We're going to be having Bible down here 3rd through the 5th of June. Start Sunday morning, run through Wednesday. And we'll be having Bloodmobile down here on the 3rd of June. That'll be from 2:30 to 7. So everyone's invited down there. And let's see, don't have anything else going on down here. So you have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Luther, be careful over there, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, take care now.
Bye. Well, it's time for birthdays and anniversaries for this Tuesday, the 21st of May. If you're celebrating, call us. If you're having a wedding anniversary, call us, and we'll put you in the drawing for some delicious daylight donuts from Granny B's Bakery. 287-3356 is the line to call. The phone lines are clear for birthdays and anniversaries. Remember to get your favorite teacher nominated. Get that into us. You can nominate her by sending it to WCAB favorite teacher at yahoo.com. Tell us her name or his name and the grade they teach and the school they teach. And we'll have that drawing on June 5th and give away some great prizes.
Thinking about the departure of a loved one through death is a subject we don't like to talk about. However, pre-planning or prepaying for a funeral is a consideration and responsible thing to do. With so many options available today, it's important to speak with someone you can trust and someone who can help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved ones. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is recognized as one of the best family-run funeral homes. It's a family tradition, and they know how to care for your family. Any questions you might have, they will be happy to answer. Call Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services at 286-2304.
That's really something to crow about. It's the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's in Spindale. Get yours today while they're fresh. They're good. They're delicious. It's Daylight Donuts. It's something to crow about. Happy birthday. Well, happy birthday wishes going out this morning to Josh Luckadoo of Spindale, Michael Dobbins over in Forest City, and Charles Van Dyke up in Golden Valley. We wish all these folks a happy birthday. And Daniel Pruitt's having a birthday. Scott and Shelby Nichols anniversary today. And Tamara J. Campbell also celebrating a birthday. So happy birthday, happy anniversary to all y'all. We'll find out who's going to win the donuts here in just a few moments. Stand by. Karen and Randy Edwards having an anniversary today, so we wish them well.
Poor self-esteem and hopelessness about change can often be the result of a failed past. People don't feel things can be different, or they feel they cannot be forgiven. Working with people over the years has made me realize the prisons from the past that stalk some individuals. But it doesn't have to be that way. A few years ago, the famous Night Watch painting by Rembrandt was attacked by an angry man wielding a knife. He slashed repeatedly at the picture until restrained by those around him. A little time later, another man using a hammer started smashing Michelangelo's beautiful sculpture, the Pieta. These two beautiful works were badly damaged, but were they thrown out like useless pieces of junk? No. Officials hired the best experts who worked with the utmost care and precision. They made every effort to restore the treasures. Your life is not a throwaway commodity. It may have been damaged by failures in the past, but those failures do not have to imprison you for life. You need to bring in the expert and let him do reconstructive surgery. Let him give you a new heart and a new life. He can remake you. God lovingly wishes to restore you to wholeness, just like the smashed and slashed masterpieces in our story. Turn your life over to Him and let Him do the work. This is Bill Hostler with today's key to confident living. Scripts for these programs are sold in book form by calling toll-free 1-888-333-KEYS.
And a big congratulations going out to Michael Dobbins over in Forest City. Michael is a lucky winner this morning. Got himself some dozen delicious donuts from Granny B's. Now, Michael will have that certificate over here in beautiful downtown Whiteside Road location. Come by and pick that up and take him over to Granny B, and I know you will enjoy those donuts. Michael Dobbins. Coming up in just a little bit after 8 o'clock this morning, it's Blue Room time for Andrew Tisdale. He'll be in to talk about making sense of our finances. He'll be with us a little after 8 o'clock right here live in the studio, exclusively on WCAB. Meanwhile, we're going to walk down memory lane with some more classic oldies, reminding you that we do this from 9:05 until 11:30 each morning, and then after 3 o'clock until 5. And then overnight, when there's not a Braves game, we do the same thing. This music you'll enjoy down memory lane.
You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips. And there's no tenderness like before in your fingertips. You're trying hard not to show it, But baby, baby, I know it. You lost that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. You lost that love and feeling. Now it's gone, gone, gone. Whoa. Now there's no welcome look in your eyes when I reach for you. And girl, you're starting to criticize little things I do. It makes me just feel like crying. 'Cause baby, something beautiful darling, you lost that love and feeling. Whoa, that love and feeling. You've lost that love and feeling. Now it's gone, gone, gone. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Baby, baby, I'd get down on my knees for you. If you would only love me like you used to do, yeah. We had a love you don't find every day. So don't let it slip away. Baby, 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 I beg you please, please, I need your love, I need your love, and bring it on back, bring it on back, bring back that love and feeling, oh, that love and feeling. Bring back that love and feeling, 'cause it's gone, gone, gone. And I can't go on. Whoa. Bring back that love and feeling. Whoa, that love and feeling.
Fighting soldiers from the sky, fearless men who jump and die, men who mean just what they say, the brave men of the Green Beret, silver wings upon their chest. These are men, America's best. 100 men will test today, but only 3 win the Green Beret. Trained to live off nature's land, trained in combat hand to hand, men who fight by night and day, courage take from the Green Beret, silver wings upon their chest. These are men, America's best. 100 men will test today, but only 3 win the Green Beret. Back at home, a young wife waits. Her Green Beret has met his fate. He has died for those oppressed, leaving her this last request. Put silver wings on my son's chest. Make him one of America's best. He'll be a young man they'll test one day. Have him win the Green Beret.
You can relive them again here on 100.9 FM and 590 AM. WCAB. This is WCAB 100.9 FM and 590 AM, serving Rutherford and Polk counties.
Today's hits and yesterday's memories, WCAB Rutherfordton. From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President Trump ordering former White House counsel Don McGahn not to testify before the House Judiciary Committee today.
The president is blocking his former top attorney, Don McGahn, from testifying, instructing him to defy a subpoena, citing constitutional precedent. McGahn was interviewed by the special counsel for more than 30 hours. Democrats say he's a key witness to the president's obstruction and are accusing the White House of stonewalling.
ABC senior congressional correspondent Mary Bruce on Capitol Hill. A court victory for Democrats, a federal judge ordering President Trump's accountants to hand over 8 years of the president's financial records. The president is vowing to appeal. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan are expected to brief Congress on rising tensions with Iran. U.S. officials have said there are clear indications Iranian and Iranian proxy forces were preparing for a possible attack on U.S. forces in the region. President Trump has said he does not want to go to war with Iran. On the 6th anniversary of a massive tornado in Moore, Oklahoma, the same city threatened by twisters again.
The line of severe weather swept from west to east throughout the afternoon, producing hail, flooding, and tornadoes. Forget the freight train sound, says Brenda Rogers of Mangum, Oklahoma.
Came so fast that we really didn't hear so much.
Remarkably, no injuries have been reported after a day of extreme weather. And as she checks damage around her farm in Enid, Oklahoma, Mindy Conister says,
"It's just stuff. So main thing is people are okay."
Yesterday's risk of tornadoes has given way to a threat of flooding in the South Plains today. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Oklahoma City.
A lot of people in the South Plains watching the weather again today. The impact of escalating trade tensions may soon take effect on the global economy. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development says it expects the global economy to grow 3.2% this year, down from its previous forecast. You're listening to ABC News.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Feel like you're on a never-ending treadmill, staying in one place and never getting ahead with those minimum payments? Don't let the credit card companies bully you anymore. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. The program at Total Financial Freedom can help you get debt-free in months instead of decades. Call Total Financial now at 800-899-8922. That's 800-899-8922.
There's nothing like meeting face-to-face, and there's nothing like Zoom to make that happen. Zoom lets you connect and do business across town or around the world. Zoom ties together all of your communication needs into one easy platform for video conferencing, phone calls, group chat, webinars, and your conference rooms. Connect easily from anywhere, your mobile phone, your laptop, or conference room. Zoom is how business gets done. Get your free account at Zoom.com today. Meet happy with Zoom.
A new study says women are paying more than men for essentially the same personal care products. Researchers at Massachusetts General Hospital looked at 3 online retailers, Amazon, Walmart, and Target. They found women sometimes pay more than twice what men pay for similar products like face lotions. The so-called pink tax equals more than $3 per ounce on some of those products. One lawmaker has a proposal to keep teenagers and young adults from smoking and vaping.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell pushing a plan to raise the legal smoking age nationally from 18 to 21. The proposal would cover not just tobacco products, but also e-cigarettes. McConnell's home state of Kentucky was for many years one of the nation's leading tobacco producers. But business has been falling steadily in recent years, in part due to worries about health problems caused not just by smoking, but also by vaping, which is popular among teens. Daria Albinger, ABC News.
Might want to check on your flight. If you're heading to Italy, aviation workers there are staging a 24-hour strike, prompting the cancellation of more than 300 flights. Milan and Rome airports are expected to have the most disruptions. The Eiffel Tower in Paris is back open, though, a day after a man tried to climb to the top of the French landmark. 2,500 visitors were forced to evacuate on Monday due to the disruption. They finally did get him down. Asian stocks mixed with anxiety over U.S. restrictions on sales to Chinese tech giant Huawei. This is ABC News.
Ready to create your own income with your own home-based business where there's no such thing as getting laid off? If a billionaire entrepreneur spent 5 years and $20 million searching for the next big trend, wouldn't you want to know what he found? If you're serious about making money from home without having to leave home, then write this down. www.goherenext.com. You decide your income. Get the facts now. Goherenext.com.
I'm Sherry.
All aboard. Stop in at Jesse James Railroad Express, Railroad Avenue, Rutherford for the most delicious burgers, clubs, hot dogs, fresh salads, chicken, tuna plates, and so much more. All orders are prepared fresh daily. Also pick up a cup of coffee, hand-dipped ice cream cone or milkshake, or a fresh donut. Open Monday through Friday, 7 to 4, Saturdays, 8 to 4. Jesse James has been voted best hot dogs and hamburgers for Rutherford County 2 years in a row. Stop by and enjoy a great meal today, only at Jesse James Railroad Express. Call them 447-4644.
A weak cold front did move across our area, leaving behind comfortable highs for today. We are likely to see less humidity as temperatures climb into the mid-80s under mostly sunny skies will fall into the lower 60s as we go into the night. More sunshine will be on tap for Wednesday with those highs a touch cooler in the mid-70s. The heat and humidity builds back in for the end of the work week. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
62 degrees currently. We warmed up from 59, just a few steps up. We're getting up to 86 for a daytime high today with light wind, about 5 miles per hour. Then tonight dropping back to 62, about where we are right now will be our overnight low. There is a slight chance, most of the forecast aren't even mentioning it, but it's on our printed forecast, about a 20% chance of isolated showers tomorrow evening. But from that point on, it's beautiful, mostly sunny skies. Highs around 93 and 92 on Saturday, 94 on Sunday, and 93 again on Monday. Beautiful spring-like summertime weather here in May the 21st. 6 minutes after 8 o'clock, congratulations to Michael Dobbins of Foss City. He won the donuts this morning from Granny B's Bakery. So, Michael, we'll have that certificate over here for you. Stop by and pick that up. Well, it's Tuesday morning, and it's Andrew Tisdale Day here in the Blue Room. He's here right now to talk about making sense of your finances. And he's with Edward Jones over in Rutherfordton Railroad Avenue office, and he's right here eyeballing me right here in the Blue Room. Good morning, Andrew.
I was getting that little dryness out of my eye right there. How are you?
I'm great. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. It's been feeling pretty warm out there lately.
Well, hasn't it, though? Is the fish bite this kind of weather? You're a fisherman?
Hey, you know, we all close our eyes and dream sometimes. Yeah, in my dreams. In my dreams. I love to fish when I can.
Yeah.
I love to fish when I can. somebody told me a long time ago, fish have to eat any time, no matter when or where. But there are certain times, just like people, they want to eat better.
I've heard that.
Around this time of year, I've always found that early morning or late evening's the time they get hungry.
I'll check that out sometime.
Well, when you do, call me. Maybe I'll go with you.
All right. Tell us what you got on your mind about making sense of investing.
One thing that we need to think about in our financial future is Social Security. You know, you are going to go around and hear a lot, well, I don't know if it's going to be there. Yes, there's feeds in the media about it's going to run out, things like that. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about what about if you get it, or when you get it. Social Security is made for supplement retirement income, not your entire income. And I want to specifically address couples and women in this segment. Women tend to rely on Social Security a lot more heavily because of three things. They have a lot longer lifespan, they actually spend time away from the workforce, and usually they don't have as much because of these two things as a man would get on his Social Security. It's the statistics, not all the time, but it is the statistics. Something to really take in consideration of is if you're a couple and you are drawing Social Security for your income for the both of you to live, a lot of times that will typically pay your bills and you can live life okay, especially when you're out of debt. But remember, once one of you go home, the other spouse is going to lose the lower Social Security income. So I want you to think about, if this situation is to rise, if you're a lady and your husband passes away before you, statistically they do, how is that going to affect your lifestyle? For a man, how is that going to affect your wife's lifestyle? And as a man, how is it going to affect if you lose your wife's Social Security? Women need to actually participate just as much in their 401ks and IRAs just as much as the guys need to. And there's got to be a bridge somewhere, somehow, whether it's through insurance or savings over the lifetime, to bridge that gap. When a couple is no longer a couple, how are you going to bridge that gap in income to help you live life until you're called home, when you get to go home? Things to really think about. We all face challenges in reaching our goals, but with a concerted effort, you can actually keep making them progress forward. When should I start? Yesterday. Should have started yesterday. But is it too late? No. Today's a good day to start.
That sounds like a real sensible way to think. That's why you brought it up, right?
That's why I brought it up.
You'll find Andrew Tisdale at the Edward Jones office in 173 Railroad Avenue, Rutherfordton. And that phone number is 287-9197. If you have questions about your financing, your investing, contact Andrew. He'll shoot straight with you, give you the fair and square of everything that's going on in financial markets.
We'd love to talk to you.
See you next week.
Next Tuesday.
Same time, same station.
In the Blue Room.
In the Blue Room. Have a good one.
You too.
Andrew Tisdale, my guest this morning. Thanks, Andrew. It's 11 minutes after 8 o'clock. And we hope you're enjoying your morning already. It's certainly a beautiful day out there. And if you've got clothes you've been stored away and want to get ready for summertime, springtime, and they need freshened up, maybe you should take them by Folks Cleaners and let them do that for you. For the best in laundry and dry cleaning, you can trust your clothes to Folks Cleaners. Professional cleaning every time. To look your best, drop them off at Rockwood Plaza location in Forest City. Get one-day service. Drop them over there today. Get them back up tomorrow. Use the convenient drive-up window for special service. Look your best with clothes cleaned at Folks Cleaners in Forest City, and ask about the senior discount. We've got some news from here and there coming up in just a moment.
The Medicine Box in Rutherfordton would like to invite you to come by and check out their newest line of all-natural products. The Medicine Box is now selling elderberry syrup, locally made by Darby Farms and Union Mills. The elderberry syrup is one of nature's antivirals and immune boosters, an age-old cold and flu remedy that tastes good for adults and children. The Medicine Box also has Nature's Truth essential oils and diffusers for massage and aromatherapy. Another great product, TheraWork foam for leg cramps, and the product everybody is bragging about, 2 Old Goats. You know, you always get professional but local homegrown service at the Medicine Box. They're on Charlotte Road in Rutherfordton.
Michael Dobbins won the donuts this morning from the random drawing here in the Blue Room. He's having a birthday, so let's wish him well. Wish him well. Remember, I want you to keep in mind how you can nominate your favorite teachers, parents or grandparents, the teacher that's meant so much to your student. You want to nominate them for special occasion. Now, this is aside from what the county schools do. They do a Teacher of the Year award, which is a great thing to honor a teacher. Now, this is an opportunity for parents and grandparents and students to speak out and say, this is my favorite teacher. I want to nominate him or her for that special award. So that's how you do that. You can send that to us, and we'll put them in the drawing and then have the big drawing coming up here real soon. Well, let's look at some stories from here and there. The Daily Courier is reporting some things. There was a Healing Garden support domestic violence awareness. 2 purple picnic tables topped with hand-painted tiles now set under a shelter on the Purple Martin Greenway in Rutherfordton, just a minute or so walk from the trails-covered bridge crossing Cleghorn Street. A porch swing, its structure also purple, sways nearby. Flowers and ferns dot the surrounding areas. It may seem like a nice place for quiet meditation or a picnic with friends, and it is, but it's more than that, too. It's been named the Healing Garden. The spot was created by the local Domestic Violence Education and Support Group. It was designed to raise awareness of the prevalence of domestic violence and to get people talking about the growing issue. And there is so much domestic violence around, it's embarrassing to think about that would happen right here in our county, but there is so much of that. And anything we can do to call attention to it, we certainly want to do that. And anything we can do to correct it and stop it, we'd like to do that as well. Well, Summer Day Camp isn't always about swimming and art projects. For the first time, a camp will be held in Rutherford County specifically for young girls to learn about carpentry, plumbing, electricity, and other topics they are not traditionally taught to children, least of all girls. The Women Roofers, the group of volunteers closely aligned with the nonprofit Rutherford Housing Partnership, is sponsoring the We Build Day Camp, which will be held on the campus of Isothermal Community College, coming up here real soon. The camp runs July 29 through August the 2nd, 8 a.m. until 12 noon, and costs $95 if paid by July 12th. Otherwise, the fee is $119. Don't know why it goes up, but it does. So there you go. Always a good... I remember in a number, I don't know if they still do it in high school or not, but a number of years ago, of course, the guys took the industrial arts class and the girls took home ec, but occasionally they would cross-train and then send the girls to the industrial arts class and send the guys over to home ec to learn how to cook cookies or something like that. I don't know if they still do that or not, but it's a great opportunity. Well, as a man exonerated after 45 years, he'll get $1.5 million from Michigan. A Michigan man who spent 45 years in prison before he was exonerated of murder will receive $1.5 million from the state, according to the Attorney General's office. Richard Phillips, who's 73, was exonerated in 2018, becoming the longest-serving U.S. inmate to be cleared. He's been selling his prison paintings to raise money while waiting to learn whether he would be compensated under a Michigan law that pays the wrongly convicted. The Attorney General, Dana Nessel, said we have an obligation to provide compassionate compensation to these men for the harm they suffered. Her office agreed to pay $780,000 to Neil Reddick, who served nearly 16 years in prison for criminal sexual conduct in Genesee County. The complainant recanted, and the conviction was thrown out in 2007. So he's going to get his compensation for that, as well as he should. Some of the other stories from here and there this morning we're looking at. The Isothermal Community College granted diplomas to some Rutherford County inmates. 6 inmates graduated with high school diplomas from Isothermal. Recently, the 6 inmates at the Rutherford Correctional Center reached a milestone when they earned their high school diploma from Isothermal, which gives them a positive plan for their future when they're released. The 2018 graduates are Donald R. Taylor, Travis B. Furr, Dominic J. Garrett, Joseph P. Hogan, George D. Boland, and Donovan L. Chavez. And we congratulate these inmates on pursuing that goal of graduating from college. Well, many of you ladies will be maybe sad to hear this note. I don't know how many of you are customers of the Dress Barn. Well, they're closing them down. Dress Barn has not operated at their normal capacity in retail environment for some while. They've not reached their goals of sales that they like to make. Its owner, Ascenda Retail Group, says it wants to focus on its more profitable brands. Ascenda also owns Ann Taylor, Lane Bryant, and other clothing stores, but the Dress Barn is going down. The company did not say when Dress Barn will shut all its stores. Dress Barn currently employs about 6,800 people nationwide. After the news was announced Monday, shares of Ascenda Retail Group Incorporated rose 2.6% to $1.17 in extended trading. Shares of the Mahwah, New Jersey-based company are down more than 50% so far this year. So if you shop Dress Barn, you better do it real soon because they indeed are closing them down. It's kind of sad to think about that. A lot of women go there, and I've heard that their retail, there's stuff they've had in the store, just not what it used to be. It's harder for them to find what they're looking for, so maybe that's part of the reason, huh? Don't know. Hey, listen, if you have a bunch of land covered with trees and you want to do something with it, you want to develop that land or just get rid of the trees, here's a company called Bristol Industries. They'll buy all types of standing timber, and you get a good price for it from the company that's been doing this over 30 years. They have served all of western North Carolina. If you have acres of standing timber, call Barry Ellenberg and Jacob Schuford. You might as well get top dollar for your trees, right? Jacob and Barry are trained to this business. All the loggers are insured, and you'll be dealing with a reputable company. Bristol Industries, Bridgewater Chip Plant at 828-584-3335. Again, that is Bristol Industries, Bridgewater Chip Plant at 828-584-3335. Sheriff's Report is up next with Sheriff Chris Francis reporting in this morning.
In the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 137 calls for service. There have been 14 arrests processed at the county jail. Currently incarcerated, we have 160. Among those arrested, Perry Dwayne Scoggins, 60-year-old male of Rutherford, was charged with failure to appear and received a $1,000 secure bond. Christina Nicole Radford, 30-year-old female of Forest City, was charged with failure to appear and received a $2,000 secure bond. Frederick Bryson McMahon, 44-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with violation of a domestic violence order and communicating threats and will see a district court judge for bond. Carla McDaniel Lowry, 46-year-old female of Ellenboro, was charged with failure to appear and received a $250 secure bond. Among the incidents, we had a larceny on Clark Road in Rutherford where a Taurus 740 slim 40 caliber handgun was taken. In a separate instance, we had a break-in area in larceny on Main Street in Boston where a 100-foot landscape tape measure valued at $40, a tire repair kit valued at $100, a chain and socket block set valued at $100, a performance tool set valued at $40, 3 winch controllers, and some other worn winches valued at $500 were also taken. And Jim, that's what we had to report today.
Thanks very much, Sheriff Francis. I appreciate that report. And we'll remind you that we are affiliated with the Atlanta Braves, and we'll carry those games as we can throughout the season. Now, coming up May 30th, which is Thursday, week from Thursday, we'll have our first Forest City Owls baseball game scheduled. And we're going to do most of the away games this year. Their first game is coming up Monday night, the 27th, big special Memorial Day game there at the park here in Forest City. But we will do the away games, road games. First one, May 30th. So we hope you'll tune in and join us and support the Owls as much as you can. We got the team coming in for an interview this week. As soon as we get that worked out with them, the broadcast team, tell you more about the season and what they're expecting from their new team this year. Some of the players will be coming back from last year, and they'll have some new ones as well. Well, you know how crazy it is out there in the real world with these national media people and the left-leaning folks who think they're smart. You know about Newsweek magazine. It's been around a long, long time. Well, Newsweek now is claiming global warming will cause people to be eaten by tigers. No, they are serious. Global warming will cause people to be eaten by tigers. Newsweek magazine seriously claimed that more people would be eaten by tigers because of global warming. Now, stop laughing. They are serious about this. According to nutcases at Newsweek, global warming empowers man-eating tigers. Another thing that man-eating Indian tigers, according to the story, makes clear is the role of human policies in exacerbating, if not actually creating, human-animal conflict. There's a very high probability that a controversial ban on slaughtering cattle in the state of Maharashtra, where Avini lived, had a big role to play in the creation of this so-called man-eater. A direct effect of the beef ban, then, is the horrifying fact that humans have become the prey of a predator in lieu of cows. Now, the Newsweek story is saying that the man-eating tigers have started attacking humans because beef cattle have disappeared after a beef ban. You know, the very beef cattle that left-wing nutcases like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez wants us to eliminate now because, I mean, you know, come on, folks. How weird are they going to get before we recognize that we need to replace them with people who have common sense? Regardless of the party, they need common sense if they're going to run the government and make issues for us. When we talk about, we read issues in papers like the Newsweek magazine and New York Times, they talk about we're going to be eaten by tigers because of global warming. Come on, give me a break.
Papa loves mambo.
You can relive them again here on 100.9 FM and 590 AM.
I ran all the way.
WCAB.
Sports update next, coming up here live from our networks. Hopefully, they let us down earlier this morning. Maybe they'll be there. We'll find out here in just a few seconds.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. Steph Curry and Draymond Green became the first teammates to have triple doubles in the same playoff game as Golden State beat Portland in an overtime thriller, 119-117. It was in Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals, and the Warriors now sweep the Trailblazers and advance to the NBA Finals for the 5th consecutive season. Green had 18 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 assists, including a key three-pointer in the extra session.
You know, I had hit that one in the corner, so I was feeling good. Once I let that one go, just thankfully went in. It's always great to share those moments with our guys.
Steph Curry added 37 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists. He said the team's tenacity helped them win Game 4.
A night like tonight where you're up 3-0, they go on a crazy run in the second half. A lot of teams would have said, you know what, we'll just get them Game 5 and go home and rely on our home crowd, but everybody was going to play until the horn sounded, and we walk off the court with some fancy hats and celebrating, you know, a 5th straight finals, and pretty special moment.
Golden State will now get a breather to recoup before going against the winner of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Milwaukee Bucks and Toronto Raptors. The Bucks lead the series 2-1, Game 4 tonight in Toronto. The Boston Bruins are waiting to find out who they will face in the Stanley Cup Finals. Yesterday was a travel day for the Blues and the Sharks as the Western Conference Finals series shifts to St. Louis for Game 6 tonight. The Blues lead San Jose 3-2. Automatic bids in the NCAA tournament are on the line for 25 conference tournaments this week. Louisville is the top seed in the ACC Baseball Championship, which gets underway this morning at the Durham Bulls Athletic Park. The tournament will feature a pool play format leading into a 4-team single elimination bracket to determine the league champion. Action starting at 11 this morning with 12-seed Boston College going against 8-seed Clemson. That'll be followed by number 10 Wake Forest and 6-seed Florida State at 3. And number 11 Notre Dame will take on 7-seeded Duke in the nightcap at 7. This is NCN Sports.
Where are the leaders of tomorrow shaped and molded? They're shaped on the courts, fields, mats, and tracks of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. The NCHSAA is our 417-member schools, impacting communities across the state of North Carolina. From Murphy to Manteo, the NCHSAA is coaches, administrators, and officials working tirelessly to invest in the next generation of leaders for our great state. Who are we? We are high school. We are the NCHSAA.
NASCAR racing is back. The 60th running of the Coca-Cola 600. This Sunday, the most patriotic day in racing kicks off with a free concert by Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Cheap Trick. Then NASCAR's best battle it out for the right to be called Coca-Cola 600 champion. Tickets start at just $49 and kids tickets are just $10. Experience race day for yourself at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Get your tickets today. Call 800-455-FANS.
The Carolina Hurricanes are entering this offseason confident of one thing, that they shouldn't have to wait another decade to return to the playoffs. They're banking on the fact that they've assembled a nucleus of young players that will qualify for the postseason on a more regular basis. The team cleaning out their lockers yesterday. What's not clear is if Captain Justin Williams will return.
You find out inside whether you have the full capabilities emotionally and physically to do it. And, I put everything I had into it this year.
The Hurricanes made their first playoff appearance since 2009, and they lasted much longer than expected, advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals before they were swept by the Boston Bruins. The series before that, they swept the Islanders, and in the first round, beat the Stanley Cup defending champion Washington Capitals. Josh and Zach, NCN Sports.
A weak cold front did move across our area, leaving behind comfortable highs for today. We are likely to see less humidity as temperatures climb into the mid-80s under mostly sunny skies will fall into the lower 60s as we go into the night. More sunshine will be on tap for Wednesday with those highs a touch cooler in the mid-70s. The heat and humidity builds back in for the end of the work week. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
64 is where we are right now, according to Peter the meter reader. 64 degrees and warm skies continuing to warm up. 86 is our expected high today, dropping back to 62 tonight. It's going to be hot weather throughout today. Congratulations to Michael Dobbins of Forest City. Michael won the donuts this morning from the drawing because he somebody called his birthday in. He's in the drawing. How we do that every morning, call your birthdays and anniversaries in, long about 10 minutes till the hour of 8 o'clock, and we have a drawing and give away some donuts from Granny B's, which, by the way, has a tremendous sub sandwich over there, too. And those pedophores are outstanding. So if you want to get a good meal and some good dessert, go by there and see them. Well, remember, parents, if you have a teacher in your family, or rather a teacher that has affected your family some way positively, you want to nominate them for the WCAB Favorite Teacher of the Year Award, do that right now. You can send it their name, the school they teach, and the grade they teach, and the name of the one making the nomination. If you work the computer, you can send it to WCAB Favorite Teacher at yahoo.com, or if you want to, if you have access to a fax machine, you can fax it over to us at 287-7182. Drop it off here on our location at 191 Whiteside Road, or stick it in the mail to us, Post Office Box 511. But don't wait too late to do that, because the drawing will take place June 5th, and we want to make sure we have it in our hands and confirm everything before the drawing on that day. So get that nomination into us today. That person winning will be showered with a whole lot of great gifts, including a favorite teacher wall plaque, a dinner for two, one of our fine restaurants, free massage, free pedicure, free manicure, donuts, apples, all kinds of good flowers, all kinds of good things. So nominate that special teacher is in your life. Well, we'll have to celebrate with them. All right, let's see what we got going on. The liberal rag, The Nation, many of you may not know what that is, but if those of you who follow those kind of things, The Nation is a left-leaning periodical. Well, it is claiming, I told you about the story a while ago, about they were saying that we're going to be eat up by tigers. Newsweek's going to tell us we're going to be eat up by tigers because of global warming. Well, this magazine, The Nation, claims we can end capitalism by destroying the family. Now, you might think that headline is exaggeration. Sadly, it isn't. The left-wing rag, The Nation, is truly suggesting that the best way to end capitalism is to eliminate the American family and to take away all children from their parents. This laughable screed was penned by Rosemarie Ho, someone who thinks feminist theory is a legitimate discipline. Ho wrote, feminist theorist Sophie Lewis' new book looks at how rethinking pregnancy and the idea of family as forms of labor is central to emancipation. as the hook for her May 16 article, The Nation. This is the nonsense that passes for thought on college campuses today. Those kind of things. And the forward-thinking, the straight-thinking kind of individual can sift right through all that. But those folks who can do that, they sort of get caught up in that. Doing herself no favor with intelligent people everywhere, Ho admits at the outset that the idea of destroying the family is a central tenet of communist theory as proposed by Marx and Engels. Ho dug her hole even deeper by also pointing out that abolishing the family is a main goal of radical homosexual theorists too. Marx and Engels and radical homosexuals, she cites, these are worthy thinkers, she thinks. So that's the idea behind the backdoor thesis behind a lot of that movement is to destroy the family. And you see that working. It's been working out for a number of years. You started seeing that work with television shows, destroying the family. A lot of the TV shows this day and time do not have a structured family as we know it. They have a family, a father that's a doofus. They show him as a doofus. Or no, not in the family at all, or we show the family that's always arguing and bickering. The family does not have any respect for the parents at all. We see those kind of shows. As much as I love Everybody Loves Raymond, I love that TV show, but it's always showing the dad as an argumentative, and Raymond's arguing with his dad, and his brother's arguing. They have no respect for their father figure, although I do enjoy the comedy of Raymond. But many TV shows like that, unlike what we grew up with. There's no more Father Knows Best type shows. There are no more Ozzie and Harriet type shows. Now, it's true, a lot of that was made for television, but it gave us an example under which we could suit. Now, even the show Lassie had a father and a mother in the family. But the TV show, look at the name one. The only one I can think of right offhand, because I'm not a big sitcom fan. There may be others that I'm not thinking about, but think about it. The TV shows that doesn't have a dad in the family. If he's there, he's a doofus. Or if there's a family, they're always arguing with one another and fussing and cussing with one another, or they have distorted views on whatever. So that was the goal behind all of that. Earlier on, when they sat down, let's destroy the American family, and we'll get a strong grip on what's happening. That's the case of those folks, and it's happening throughout the nation. And we sit around and laugh at those TV shows, or we go to the movies and we laugh at them because the father is. When we lose respect for our father, lose respect for their mother. And it's one of those things that we don't respect authority whatsoever. And if parents don't teach that kind of respect to their children, they're not going to have respect for police and the law officers. They have no respect for authority. They're not going to respect the teachers and the principals and leadership. So the breakdown of the family unit has been a strong thing. The communists and socialists would love to see happen, because when that happens, they have a better, stronger hold in that respect. Now, speaking of that, abortion is one of those hot issues that is one of those things that destroys the family, because if they can get a hold of the babies before they're actually born and tear them out of a mother, and of course the idea of earlier abortion by the woman who claimed that that's what her idea was, to kill off the minority babies, the African American babies. That was their start out going with. And then he moved into if a woman wants to kill her baby, then let's do it. Abortion restrictions are against Christian faith, according to one of the Democrat presidential candidates, Kirsten Gillibrand. She says abortion restriction, if we restrict abortion, if we think it's wrong to abort a baby, then that's against Christian faith. Now, I'm just wondering which book she reads. Democratic presidential candidate Kirsten Gillibrand says laws that restrict or ban abortion are against Christian faith and violate the tenet of free will. The procedure, she said, should be fully funded by taxpayers. Gillibrand was speaking in Atlanta at the Georgia State Capitol, addressing some new laws in Mississippi and Ohio, Kentucky, Georgia, and Alabama that either restrict abortion when an unborn baby's heartbeat is present or mostly ban it. Been some pretty restrictive bans on abortion in places like Alabama and Georgia, things like that. And she says, Gillibrand says, who's running for president, she says, if you're a person of Christian faith, one of the tenets of our faith is free will. According to what she said at CBS News, she was backed by pro-choice advocates. One of the tenets of our democracy is that we have a separation of church and state, and under no circumstances are we supposed to be imposing our faith on other people. And I think this is an example of that effort. Now, I see that as a distorted viewpoint. My opinion, I see that as a distorted viewpoint. When you look at killing a baby and tearing a baby out of a mother's womb, that's an example of a tenet of our democracy that we should allow. Otherwise, it is not Christian. The Hyde Amendment, which prohibits taxpayer funding of abortion, should not be renewed by Congress, Gillibrand said. She also has pledged only to nominate Supreme Court justices who support Roe v. Wade. She's a U.S. Senator from New York. So that lets us know right up front where she's going. And we know these kind of things early enough, then we can make our decision based on what they stand for and where they're going to lead us before we go to the polls and vote. She's telling us right up front. She don't think we ought to prohibit abortion under any circumstances, and she is going to nominate Supreme Court justices who support Roe v. Wade. She's telling us right up front. So she's telling you and me that that's where she's going. And if we allow that path, to go forward, then we brought that on ourselves. If we know about what they stand for, and most of these left-leaning Democrat candidates so far, I've not seen any of them that seems to be standing up for the family. I've not seen any of them that seem to be standing up for the Judeo-Christian values when it comes to life. They must be reading a different book than I'm reading. The book that I'm reading says every life is sacred. The book that I'm reading saying that God formed us from the beginning. He has appointed us for a purpose from the beginning. And if we wipe that out, then we're going against his will. R. Albert Mohler, Jr., president of the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary, called Gillibrand's free will argument theological gibberish. We do not elevate free will to the point that we do not put restrictions upon that will and upon human responsibility, he said. Further, Mohler said abortion has been viewed as immoral throughout Christian history. He said there has been a revulsion to abortion in other societies that are not Christian. They even see that as being wrong. And here we are, supposedly a Christian nation, saying, oh, let's do it. Let's just, even if while the abortion is taking place, if the baby is surviving, bring it out, let's let the baby die. That's what New York, New Jersey wants to do, and that's what they've passed. They applauded that decision. If it's kill the baby even after it's born, if you don't want it. And they celebrated that, turned special lighting on at the World Trade Center because of it. They still applauded that decision. Well, Republican Clyde Chambliss said human life has rights, and when someone takes those rights, that's when we as a government have to step in. The baby in the womb is a person. Alabama aimed straight at Roe versus Wade, and they outlawed nearly all abortions. Now, some say that was very restrictive. Others say, well, it was right on line. Alabama Senate voted 25-6 to outlaw virtually all abortions in the state. You've been hearing about this. If signed into law, and it was, the measure would make Alabama one of the most pro-life states in the country. The bill will make abortion at any stage of pregnancy a felony punishable by up to 99 years or life in prison. The bill's only exception to be when the mother's health is at serious risk, and that is very, 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 very rare. There is no punishment for the woman receiving the abortion, only for the abortion providers. Supporters of that bill said it was designed to challenge the Supreme Court's ruling of Roe v. Wade, which legalizes abortion in America. Clyde Chambliss, who is a Senate sponsor of the abortion bill, said human life has rights, and when someone takes those rights, that's when we as government have to step in. The question for us is, when is a person a person? Well, senators voted down an attempt to add an amendment that gave exceptions for rape and incest. They voted that down. Supporters had argued exemptions would weaken their hope of challenging Roe. Representative Terry Collins said, we were trying to keep it just as it was to address the issues of Roe versus Wade was decided on, which is that the baby in the womb is a person. Stacey Fox, CEO of Planned and president of Planned Parenthood Southeast, she was outraged by this. She said, this is nothing but a political game, and women are the pawns. Let's be honest. Banning abortion does not stop abortion. It stops safe and legal abortions. The measure compared abortion to some of the greatest human tragedies. So it's a money-making thing for them. The bill will take effect in 6 months after it's been signed. It has been. So there you go. That's going to be the issue, big issue, but in the presidential election coming forward. You can listen to the candidates. How many of them are pro-socialist? How many of them are pro-killing babies? How many of them are pro-letting all the illegal aliens just come into our country without any reference whatsoever? That's going to be some of the key issues. And more we're getting records of people, illegals that come in and kill people, rape people, rob and steal from people. And if they are destined to come in, then let them come in the safe and legal way. Like so many of our ancestors came. They came in legally. They went through the process. They passed the test. They were accepted. But yet the Balacios and the Bernies and all these people, they say, well, just let them come. We'll make sanctuary cities. Well, but they don't want them to come into their sanctuary city. President Trump has offered to let them come and dump them off in the sanctuary city. No, we don't need that. We can't. Well, then just shut up about it. If you're not willing to accept that responsibility, then stop saying we got a sanctuary city. If they're not willing to accept these folks that are illegal, some of the folks who wanted to get into our country want to get in really legitimately. They are honest, good, hardworking people. So many others are hitchhiking along that way, and they're the evil ones that want to rob and steal and rape and take everything we've got. So we have to watch all those things. But we have to be aware who these candidates are. What is it, 22 of them now running on the Democrat ticket? And there may be others yet before it's all over with, which is fine. That's when we have the process. More people can run, the better, I guess. But what are they running for? What are they running for? They want to take our country back to the archaic stages of killing innocent people, or do we want to move forward and accept the fact that we live in a Judeo-Christian life right here in our own country? Something to think about, folks. Something to pray about, because it's serious. These next few months are going to be serious months. A lot of lies told, a lot of things speculated about who's doing what, and everybody's going to be pointing fingers at everybody. Just don't get excited and study the issues and find out what they're for and what they're against. If they're against the Judeo-Christian values of America, then they don't need to be our leaders, in my opinion. And I have a right to have my opinion, as you do. All right, enough said about that. All right, let's see. It is now 8:46. Beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here are these words.
What are those?
Some new scratch-off tickets I just picked up with awesome prizes. This one's called $100.
Loaded!
Because it's... Whoa, did you hear that?
Yeah, what was that? When you said loaded! What's going on?
Weird. I mean, these tickets are
loaded
with tons of cash prizes.
How loaded?
Well, the $500
loaded
scratch-offs are
loaded
with $500 prizes.
Oh, I get it. And the $5,000 loaded scratch-offs are loaded with $5,000 prizes.
Yep, they're
loaded.
Wow, that is really loaded!
Loaded!
Let me try something. Play the new loaded scratch-offs from the North Carolina Education Lottery.
Loaded
with $50, $100, $500, or $5,000 prizes. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 4.01 to 4.89. Problem Gambling Helpline 877-718-5543.
Hello from all of us at Smith's Drugs in downtown Forest City. Check out our newly remade website at smithsdrugsfc.com and see how you can download our mobile app to make refilling your prescription so easy. You can create multiple profiles for everyone in your family and send refill notices anytime, saving you from calling in or leaving messages. Check out our Facebook page and see new items from the gift shop and on-sale items that can include t-shirts, leggings, shoes, toys, and other seasonal gifts. Our home medical equipment department at Smith's Drugs has all of your CPAP therapy needs for supplies that include filters, tubings, and masks, as well as our 2 respiratory therapists to help you get the full benefits of your CPAP and answer any questions or concerns that you are having. We also have lift chairs, diabetic shoes, and offer mastectomy services here at Smith's Drugs. Also, we have daily specials in our old-fashioned soda fountain at just $3.99 for breakfast and $5.99 for lunch. And we can help you with some fried pound cake and ice cream or milkshakes for dessert. We also want to thank all of Rutherford County for your loyal support and trust that has allowed us to serve you since 1939. Thank you to Rutherford County and Forest City from all of us at Smith's Drugs at 139 East Main Street.
More than 1 million Americans have heart attacks each year. And if you or a loved one experiences symptoms of a heart attack, every second matters. That's why the emergency department at Rutherford Regional Health System is a chest pain accredited facility. What does that mean to you? It means quality care here at home that could save precious seconds when treating the symptoms of heart attacks. To learn more about Rutherford Regional and its commitment to safe quality care, visit myrutherfordregional.com.
Serving the foothills of Western North Carolina for 50 years. The best of both worlds. WCAB 100.9 FM, 590 AM. Playing the classic oldies.
Now working on 52 years here on the broadcast facility here on beautiful downtown Whiteside Road. Almost 52 years this year. Won't be long, a few more days, a few more weeks. We'll be working on our Foothills Journal again. Boy, that's such a popular issue, paper. And that's one we send out to 20,000 homes directly. And a lot of folks love to read that. And we have a lot of folks who love to sponsor it. We appreciate that. And we'll be working on that to be going out in August sometime. Well, there are a few people out there still fighting for the cause, and we appreciate those folks who are willing to do that. 2 days after a California school board approved a new curriculum that includes LGBT history, parents of more than 700 students kept their children home in protest. The Rockland School District Board okayed the curriculum May 1st by a vote of 3-2, requiring students in kindergarten through 5th grade to learn about the contributions of key LGBT figures in history and social studies curriculum. Rockland is about 1 hour northeast of Sacramento. A group of parents known as the Informed Parents of Rockland had urged the board not to include the curriculum in elementary grades, but they did anyway over the protest of parents. And so the parents kept about 700 students out of school that day because they didn't want them studying all that. Their LGBT-ness had nothing to do with the success they might have had in the world. So why would you even bring that up as an issue that this, because they were LGBT-ish, they made this contribution? It had nothing to do with it. Would they say we want to do a study on folks who have thin blood or whose blood is running strong and make their contribution? Or we want to say we want to study those folks who are black-headed, or those folks who have gray hair, or those folks who whatever. We can bring up any reason, but no, it's the issue they want to bring forward to the LGBT, A, B, C, D, E, F, G people. They just want to continue to put it in our face. And this mayor that's running for president, he was on TV the other night being he had his husband with him, and he had his husband with him, kissing in public, and don't know about all that. Anyway, it's 8:51, and we're had a birthday cake, birthday donuts given away to Michael Dobbins of Forest City. He won this morning, and we appreciate it. So, all right, that's about all I want to say about all that. And that's, what was it? What's the name? Minnie Pearl. That's all I'm going to say about that. Or was that Forrest Gump? Anyway, it's 8:52. Here's a little music to give you in the mood for what we do after 9 o'clock, between 9 and 11:30, as we go down the road to memories, the classic oldies right here. 100.9 FM, 590 AM.
I'd like to build the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honeybees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. I'd like to see the world for once all standing hand in hand and hear them echo through the hills for peace throughout the land. That's the song I hear aloud. Let the world sing today. Oh yeah. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. Trees and honeybees and snow white turtle doves. That's the song I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony, hand in hand. And I'd like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. That's the song I'd like to see the world and the world all standing hand in hand, and hear them echo through the hills for peace throughout the land. That's the song I hear. Sing it along. Let the world sing today. Over and over. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect over and over. I'd like to teach the world to sing.
Send you back to Arkansas. Oh, yes, ma'am. You don't do right. Don't do right. Oh, play it, boy. When you see me in misery, come on, baby, see about me now, yeah. Hey, hey, all right. See the girl with the red dress on, she can do the birdland all night long, yeah, yeah. What I say, all right. Well, tell me what I say, yeah. Tell me what I say right now. Tell me what I say. Tell me what I say right now. Tell me what I say. Tell me what I say, yeah.
We pulled you away from all the news of the day with classic oldies.
Right here on the best of both worlds.
100.9 FM and 590 AM. 100.9 FM. Walking down memory lane with classic oldies.
Today's hits and yesterday's memories, WCAB Rutherfordton.
Accountants to turn over to the House Oversight Committee 8 years of the president's financial records. Mr. Trump told reporters Monday at the White House his team will appeal the ruling.
We disagree with that ruling. It's crazy because you look at it, this never happened to any other president. They're trying to get a redo.
Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
Abortion rights advocates are planning on protesting across the country today, hoping to fight a wave of restrictive new laws. Stop the Ban rallies are planned in nearly every state.